Hello, good morning. In business, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana has maintained the policy rate at 26%. The decision was attributed to the stability in the currency and the current inflationary trends. This is the third time that the policy rate has been maintained since January this year. Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Abdul Nasir Issahaku, announced the new rate at a media briefing in Accra. The Monetary Policy Committee meeting, which was the first to be chaired by the new governor, witnessed the introduction of some new trends. For the first time, Dr. Abdul Nasir Issahaku stood behind a lectern for the entire presentation, a reversal of the normal sitting position by previous governors. Dr. Issahaku also explained the reasons behind maintaining the policy rate at 26%.
The tight monetary stance that we are pursuing, coupled with fiscal consolidation, largely responsible for the stability we are seeing. Of course, there's been improved liquidity in the market. The first quarter of this year, we got additional forex from the cocoa sources. There's improved confidence because of the stability that we are seeing now. That has dampened speculative transactions in the currency. So all of this is contributing.
According to him, the decision was taken in order not to be overtaken by events. On the stability of the Ghana cedi, the central bank boss attributed it to prudent measures introduced by the regulator instead of speculations of reduced demand for foreign currencies. Dr. Issahaku then touched on government's decision to invest $250 million proceeds from the Eurobond in the United Bank for Africa. He stressed that the Finance Ministry acted within the confines of the law. Meanwhile, some economists and financial experts have been speaking about the central bank's decision to maintain the rate at 26% for the third consecutive time. An investment analyst, Samson Akligo, shared his thoughts on Business Live on Joy News.
The announcement of the new policy rate by the Monetary Policy of the Bank of Ghana was described as appropriate, as inflation levels remain above the medium-term target band. Prior to the announcement, the Ghana Statistical Service had pegged the year-on-year inflation rate for April at 18.7%, down from the 19.2% recorded in March. According to Dr. Issahaku, the central bank will be able to attain its inflation target of 8% plus or minus 2 by the end of 2017. Sharing his thoughts on the new rate, an investment analyst who is also the managing director of Investcorp, Samson Akligo, highlighted some factors that may have led to the maintenance of the policy rate.
This decision really is a micro-stability decision, and the whole idea is that the central bank wants to ensure that they maintain stability, taking into account development in a growth outlook, and of course making sure that asset prices, including currency, is stable. And for example, I mentioned inflation. What inflation does is that, remember, it erodes purchasing power. It affects pension income that pensioners receive. It also affects returns that investors earn. So when you have inflation going up, it is important that you compensate investors for that if you want to encourage them to hold especially city assets. So in doing that, I mean, you will not go back to say that in the event that inflation, the outlook for inflation shows that there's a risk, then you're going to reduce interest rates. No, if you do that, you're not compensating investors for holding asset prices and ensuring that we have stability in the financial market.
He also expressed fears that the rate might still go up as the election draws closer with its accompanying excessive expenditure.
In a lot of countries, election years, because of the electionary campaign, political parties have even the process of every campaign puts a lot of money, stimulus into the economy. If the central bank is having an idea that is going to lead to inflation, yes, then of course, again, the role of the central bank is to stabilize the economy on an ongoing basis. So they'll be forced to take those measures that are important in mobilizing that liquidity. But if the evidence is that this election period liquidity is going to cause a bit more of monetary expansion that really will influence inflation, I'm sorry, but the central bank will be forced to increase the interest rates, and that means that interest rates would go up.
The next Monetary Policy Committee meeting is scheduled for Friday, July 15th, 2016.
And that's it for business on Newsdesk this morning. Thanks for your company. Up next is sports. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji Riafi.